I'm Kat from the Pole Vault, and today we're going to be working on core. I know usually when you think of core exercises you think belly. It's not just the belly. Think of the core as like a corset around your body, so it's the abdominals, it's the obliques, so your side muscles, and it's your back. So it doesn't matter how strong your stomach is. If you have a six-pack, if your back is weak, you're just not going to be able to hold the core moves. So I'll do a few exercises that target each of these areas. Not going to lie, core work, not pleasant. But if you're a pole dancer, you need it. If you're not a pole dancer, you need it anyway, because a strong core is going to help support your back and therefore reduce back pain and issues that you may have. So we'll start with some core warm-up. Start just by pulsing your hips from side to side. My floorboard's creaking. Some non-creaky part, yeah, there we go. And then do some hip circles. You might start kicking. Do 8 one way, 8 the other way. I'm going to do some rib isolation exercises. So you want to try and keep your hips still, squeeze everything, and just move your ribs from side to side. Don't cheat and use your shoulders like that. That's not what we want. Ribs. You can practice this sitting down. I find that a little bit easier. It does take a while if you're not used to it. And then go backwards and forwards. So think of pushing your ribs out and then sucking your stomach in. And then we'll do rib circles. So again, try and keep your legs and hips still, and you're just focusing on pushing your ribs out to the side, to the front, to the side, and then to the back. We'll go the other way. These are hard when you start, but you do get used to them. And like I said, it's actually easier to practice them sitting down. I sometimes do these when I'm working on a laptop. I get bored just sitting still. And now we'll do some side bends. Try not to hit my head on the beam. You want to do 8 each side. And now we'll do some body circles. So what you want to think of is going down to the floor, sweeping up and coming up in a circle. Do 5 one way and then 5 the other way. Okay, now we'll warm up the back as well. So we'll start with some cat-cows. So on your hands and knees, you want your shoulder and wrist all in line. Bend, look up to the ceiling, tailbone up to the ceiling, and then round, pushing your shoulders up. And each time you do them, try and increase the stretch. And now we'll do disco cat. So come around in a circle. And the other way. Okay, we'll start as we're down here with downward dog to, I think it's cheetah pose. So, hey Bubba Darren, come into your downward dog. Now the downward dog should be an active pose. You're not just standing here bum to the gods. You want to think of pushing your hands down into the floor. Try and push your heels down onto the floor. Some people can get their heels flat. Those people are witches. Stick your bum up and focus on pushing your armpits down into the floor. So you want to form a nice triangle shape. Now what you're going to do, lift one leg and then bring it into your boobs. So think about kneeing yourself in the nipples. This is also a good one for your shoulders. Do 8 on each leg. You know, downward dog is like a favourite yoga move. Personally hate it.
Represent.
Okay, now we'll do, I think it's called bird dog. I don't know why. So hands and knees, and you want opposite leg and opposite arm out. So if your left leg is out, your right arm is out. Look forwards, and what you're going to do is bring your elbow and knee together. Do it slow and controlled, and you want to think about squeezing in and then extending. If you're not squeezing, then it's not really going to work. Do 10 on each side. You can do more. I'm just going to do like repetitions of 10 for each one, otherwise seriously we could be here all day. Nobody wants to do core all day. So the slower and more controlled you are, the more effective it is. Keep the fingers of your bottom hand spread for balance. And if you're struggling with balancing your leg, you can turn your toe. So it's like putting outwards, and it just gives you a bit more stability in that position. Okay, now what we're going to do is we'll switch between like which areas we work, otherwise you can get fatigued. So we'll do dorsal raises now. So come down onto your stomach. Can the camera still see me down here?
Yeah, I'll tilt it down just a bit.
And what you want to do, squeeze your glutes, because this is going to help to support your lower back and help give you a nice booty. So your hands in front of you, you're going to squeeze and lift. Pause at the top. So we'll do 10 of those. Another exercise that I literally just thought of now, and I blanked it from my mind earlier because I hate it, is a swimming one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. So you want your arms in front of you. What you're going to do is lift opposites. Like that, like you're swimming. It won't look like you're swimming, it will probably look like you're drowning, but it is really good. So
I can play the Jaws theme if you like.
have your head down and stretch out as far as you can, and then 20 on each side of this one. You can do more, I won't. Okay. And
Did you get up?
hello! You joining in? Come here. You gonna join in? Do you need to work your abs? Blub, 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 blub. You think you might do? Okay, we'll focus now on the side. I'll do a side plank.
Do you want to come up, puppy dog?
You want... No, you're not going in there. You'll just cause mischief. You want your body in a line. You can, if you want to, put the top leg slightly in front for stability, but make sure your body doesn't twist. Or you can keep it on this one. And you want to push up. So you're balancing on your hand. This hand, you can have it up in the air or behind your head. And you want to make sure that your hips are pushed forwards. These are good for like when you're training like Iron X and Hangman. So you want to hold it for as long as you can. I'm not going to because it's hideous. So I'm going to aim for about 30 seconds. Just think about squeezing your glutes and pushing your hips forwards. And what you can do, and if you want to make it really hideous, is do dips. If you know this move's not bad enough by itself. So come up into your side plank, dip your hips down and up. Really think about pushing them up. I'm only going to do 10 each side because, oh my god, I hate them. And we'll do the other side now. One side your balance will be better, or your arm will be stronger. But again, think of squeezing, hips forward so your body's in a nice straight line. And you can bring that leg forward. And then come into your dips. Oh my god, fucking idiot. I wasn't even going to include dips, and then when I was doing the side plank I was like, oh yeah, the dips. Okay, we'll do my favourite ab exercise. Not that there's like anything pleasant about ab exercises, but I like this one. So you want to lie down, you want to try and keep your back flat. I've got a natural arch in my back, so I can get my hands under easily, you know, toy train. So I have to really focus about squeezing my stomach, trying to push my spine into the floor. You want your hands beside you, palms facing down. Bring your legs up, point your toes, because that activates then the calf muscles and the hamstrings, whereas flex feet will activate right behind your knees, but for this one just point your toes, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your stomach, lower your feet down, do not let them touch the floor. And then bring it back up. And again, the slower you go, the more effective it is. These are good for helping with your invert. You joining in? I'm just going to do 10, but you can do as many as you want and as many sets as you want. You can now do the same but scissors. So one leg comes up, one leg comes down. And if you keep your toes as pointed as you can, this also helps to then work your calves and work on your toe point for pose. So it's like bonus. Jiggle, jiggle. I'm going to do 10 on each leg, but I've lost count. Okay, now I'm going to do one of my least favourite ones. One of our PT loves this one, which is probably why we hate it. Again, it's a swimming one, so keep rounding on your back. You don't want your legs up here, that's easy. You want them sort of 6 to 10 inches off the ground. Again, point your toes to engage your leg muscles and squeeze your stomach. So you can see, that's if I'm not squeezing, and if you can see my belly, that's if I'm not squeezing. That's if I'm squeezing, see it like, and I'm also squeezing my glutes. And so we're going to do swim kicks, like we did face down, but your arms are not involved in this one. Like I said, you don't want them all the way up here because that's too easy, so you want to keep them as low as possible. You can do as many of these as you want. And usually I think I do about 30 on each leg when I'm doing them by myself. When Sally's training me, he like, I don't know, I swear it feels like 1,000. It is really good to know it targets your lower abs. And then another one, which I hate as well, is same position but leg circles. Again, if you do big circles, it's easier. So you can start with them if you want, and then work down to the harder ones. So your legs a little bit apart. Again, squeeze your abs, squeeze your glutes, lift your legs, and point your toes and draw circles. I'm going to do 10 one way and 10 the other way. The smaller the circle, the harder it is, and the lower the legs, the harder it is. Oh. We try and cheat and do big circles, and he always catches us in there. That's on more. Ooh, he's a cutie patootie. Okay, and now the most effective exercise for the core is plank. The plank basically works every muscle in your core. So if you've not got time to do loads of core exercises, do a plank. Hold it for like, say, 30 seconds, and if you do that every day, you will notice a difference. Not only works your core, it works your glutes as well, and helps to strengthen your shoulders. So I'll show you variations of the plank. I'm not going to hold them for longer than 30 seconds because I'll get bored, you'll get bored, and I did a lot of planks yesterday. So, elbow plank, what are you doing? You're not getting in that one. Come and join in. You want to lie supine, like this, and you're going to come up onto your elbows. You can have your hands down in Sphinx pose, or I tend to have them in fists so that I can grip my fists in pure hatred of the plank. And you want to squeeze your bum, squeeze your abs, push up. You want your body to stay horizontal, not like this. This cheating, it's not working anything. Not like this, that's just putting pressure on your back. Straight line and hold it. You can make this harder by putting a weight on your back, like a 5 kilo plank. What are you doing? Okay, are you planking? Should we put a 5 kilo weight on her back, Ripley? Should we? Yeah, no. you're not staying in there long. You can add instability. So if you're strong in your plank, you can get a partner to push and you try and resist. So like, don't push in the middle of the back, you want to push on the hips so you can add instability to it. Try and see if you can get them down. So come out of that, just let it rest for a moment. There's many plank variations, like, you know, we did the side plank earlier, but the forearm or elbow plank is the most common one. What you want to do is see how long you can hold it. So set a timer, and then each time you do the plank, try and beat that time. So you can set yourself a daily plank challenge if you want. We did a plank challenge, a month plank challenge once. It was hideous. I don't think we've even finished that. And so the next thing you're going to do is the extended arm plank. So have your fingers wide for stability. You're in press-up position. Again, not up here, not down here. Straight line, squeeze everything. You should, after a while, start shaking. That means you're doing it right. If you can hold it like this for ages, you're not shaking, you're not doing it right. If you're suffering, it's correct. So again, keep everything in a straight line, keep everything neutral, squeeze like hell. What are you doing in there? Again, you can add weights and instability to this. Sometimes your pets can challenge you by walking underneath you. Okay, so again, I'm not going to hold them for long because it's boring for everyone. And then what you can also do is known as up downs. So you'll alternate between the elbow plank and straight arm plank. Not going to lie, these are hideous, but they are good if you get bored just holding a plank, which we do. It is boring. And then you can do the up downs because it just switching it up sometimes eases the boredom, but it does the horrible. But again, they're also good because you're moving between them, you're creating your own instability. So come down into your elbow plank. What you're going to do, push up, push up. The same arm you pushed up with, go down on, and then opposite arm. So again, you want to squeeze everything. And you can do either 10 on one arm or alternate on each arm. But you don't want to be waving around like this. You want to try and keep your body as still as possible. I'm going to do 10 on each hand. It should be burning, mine's burning.
Si makes us do 2 minutes of that.
Yeah, 2 minutes. It's hideous. And then another variation you can do is taps in an extended plank. So if I face this way, you'll be able to see. You're going to hold the extended plank. What you're going to do is just tap your shoulders. Again, the instability that you create helps to work other muscles, because you're twisting slightly, your obliques are getting involved as well. So you come to your plank, what you're going to do, tap your shoulders. You again want to keep your body as still as possible. You don't want to be like this, that's too much instability. So you want a minimal movement. variation, tap your hand. Obviously, press ups are great for your core. I don't think you need me to show you press ups.
Obliques, the side taps.
Oh yeah, another good one is side taps. So you want to come down onto your back. Skin is going to work your obliques. Have your heels not too close to your bum. You're aiming for your toes. I can't touch my toes. So you want to squeeze your abs, come up, hands up here, and rock side to side. You're trying to reach down as far as you can.
But concentrate more on squeezing your sides and swinging.
Yeah. So as you come down, you can see, so this is my side in neutral. As you can see, it folds. And that's what you're aiming for, is the squeezing. Again, the slower you do all of these, the more beneficial it is, because it really gives you a chance to focus on your muscles and what you're doing. So with the press-ups, I'll show you the variations, but I'll only do a couple. So normal press-up, hands into your shoulders. Again, it's in the plank position. Come down. You want your elbows not to go too far out to the side, but back. I'm hypermobile, so mine tend to swing out. Again, you want to keep your body still. None of this, none of this. So that's a full press up. If that's too much, you can come onto your knees. These are normally known as lady press ups. I find that a bit insulting. So you want to be on the front of your knees and come down. So it's the same movement, but it just takes a bit of pressure off. And you can also do wide arm press ups. So whereas your press up would normally be here, wide arm, step them out. And then the most hideous of all is the diamond. So you think of forming a diamond. I can't do these, it's a full press up. Your fingers don't have to touch. They can be like that far apart, but you don't want them too wide. So these are a narrower press up. So I'm going to do the easier version. And you want to think about bringing your chest down to the diamond. So your boobs have a little landing platform. It's like you're framing them. So, I think we're done.
Stretch out.
Yeah, so we'll stretch it out. We'll start with the cat-cow again. So, dip your back. And then round it. And there are like loads of other ones you can do. You can do sit-ups, crunches, you can do bicycle crunches, which I forgot to do. I'll do them now for you because these are actually really good. I hate sit-ups. So if you don't like sit-ups like any of these, just going to be better for you. So you want your head slightly up, elbow has to touch the knee, other leg goes straight. And for even more hideousness, you can hold it this shape. So the shape you use in gymnastics, so your hands above your head. So you just basically come into this shape and hold. You can do sit-ups if you want. Okay, we're going to do this is kind of a cool down but also a toning exercise. Windshield wipers, legs at 90 degrees, down to the side, down to the other side. So these are working your obliques and your abs, but also giving you a bit of a spinal twist. So this is both like a conditioning and a cool down exercise, and a warm-up exercise. My spine starts clicking and crunching when I do these. Do 10 on each side. And then come over, hold the one leg down. This hand reaching out, look towards the straight arm. And you just hold it there for about 30 seconds. And then the other one, so you want to hold your knee, roll it over, then look towards the straight arm. One side will be more flexible. Now we're going to do your cobra. This is going to stretch out your lower back but also your stomach. So you can just come up into baby cobra if you want, or you can extend all the way. You want to think about pushing your shoulders down, gently having your neck back. If you struggle with this, you can come into what's known as an upwards dog, so tuck your feet under and hover your legs and pelvis off the floor. You really want to think about pushing your hips down into the floor and pushing your shoulders back. And then come to a child's pose, so knees wide, feet together, and stretch forward. Come on, come on. And we're done. Like I said, you can do sit-ups or crunches, or if you've got an ab roller, that's very good for your core. I've got one, but I'm not using it today because we try and keep these videos as sort of equipment free as possible so that anyone can do them. But if you have got an ab roller, it is a really good one. So yeah, do as many sets of these as you want and as many repetitions as you want. If there's one that you really hate, then you can swap it out for a different one. If there's one that is too easy, again, change it up or add more repetitions, or add ankle weights. If you're doing like the swim kicks and the leg raises, add ankle weights, it will completely change it. So, happy core work. If you like, subscribe. Go and buy me a coffee as well if you want to donate and keep us